Hello. Welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 198. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a talk episode where Shaun and I hang out. The tutors talk.
Love it.
Am I supposed to be like... We have two different types of episodes. On Mondays, it's a tutor episode where we try to teach you something new.
Sure.
I mean, you're the one that says you have too short of an intro, so you should be the one to say it all.
I know it feels weird. All right, but what do you got for us today?
Dude, you know how old people say that, like, they can tell when it's about to rain because their knee hurts? My knee has been just going wild all afternoon. I'm going to laugh if it rains tonight. I think that officially means I'm old.
Checking the forecast, I guarantee it's supposed to rain. Here's the deal, babe. People say that shit, but what if my knees hurt all the fucking time?
Dude, this is like a different pain.
Different type of knee pain?
Yeah, man. Let's see here. It's loading. Well, it's a 15% chance all night, so I don't really know. Tomorrow it only gets up to 20%.
All right, so we'll see about all that.
Ooh, whoops.
Still going.
I'm still walking, apparently.
Still going. Well, there's a Lego garage sale.
Yeah.
In Green Bay.
Yep.
That we are not going to.
No, I looked at it. There's none that I want from there.
Thank God.
Yeah. If I got any, it would just be to, like, store for, like, as in future investments, but none of them are good enough where they're going to really increase value a whole lot.
Right.
Or if they, like, it's only, like, a 4% increase a year instead of, like, an 8 or 10%.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw that. They have a lot.
Mm-hmm. They do. I know I was looking at, every day eBay sends me, a notification of, like, new Brickhead, eBay listings. And there's
every day.
Every day. At about 8 o'clock it sends them to me. Most of the time I just ignore them. I don't actually look at them. But there hasn't been good ones for sale lately.
Yeah.
Mimi's been on 2 W's today and laid out in the grass for like 6 hours. So she's pretty hot.
She's dying.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't help that downstairs can be cool, but upstairs the thermostat don't register up here.
No, so it's 80 up here.
So it's high as shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you didn't shut the vents downstairs to like force the air to come up here.
I didn't think of that.
Mm-hmm. We probably should shut the ones in the basement now, actually.
We should, yeah, because I always kept those open, right, to keep it heated because
it got cold down there.
Got cold. Mm-hmm. Now we need to close them.
Yep. To cool up here.
Good call.
You gonna run and go do that on the podcast or no?
No. I'll just do that after this so I can sleep tonight.
Cool.
What do you got? What's up, babe? What's new? What's cooking? What's crack-a-lacking?
Oh, well, I told you about my knee pain. DLB daily workouts are going strong.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, they're dope. Dope as fuck. And then what else is new? Oh, we worked on our some turnovers this weekend. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Sean and I have always said, like, our dream schedule would be, like, 4 to 5 hours every single day.
Of working,
yeah. Because what? 4 times by 7 is 28. Oh, that's really not a lot. So 5 times by 7 is 35. Yeah. And then we just, like, spend the rest of the day, like, either golfing or hanging out with buns or stuff like that.
Yeah, I would lift.
Yeah, for sure lift.
I would
too,
gym. Yeah. I would jiu-jitsu a few days. I'd do some golfing. Maybe play some tennis.
Yeah.
In the winter, I'd do some more snowboarding.
Yeah.
Do some side-by-side.
But yeah, so this weekend, I mean, we just worked like 2-3 hours Sunday and Monday.
Oh.
And it was dope. It was really dope.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
No, I don't mind it at all. We went and watched our friend Casey Hazelwander.
Yep.
Compete in a figure
competition, bodybuilding.
Yeah, bodybuilding. She competed in the figure category. There you go. So it was really cool. That was the first time Shaun and I have ever seen a bodybuilding competition.
Yeah, it was really fun. I've never been to a bodybuilding competition in person.
Mm-hmm.
What I noticed, I could, like, looking at bodies and looking at physiques, because I've been doing it for many years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking at physiques for many years. There was a bodybuilding category, and then the bodybuilding, the physique?
Bodybuilding, classic physique, and then physique for men.
Okay, so bodybuilding and classic physique, I could call it. Mm-hmm. I didn't miss one.
Yep.
I did not miss a single one that I watched for calling it for who would be the winners, and usually the next two up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually it was 4th and 5th that were kind of up in the air.
Yeah. There's a couple, though, I ran the whole gamut, like from 1 to 6 or whatever, like boom. But anyways, what I noticed was I have no fucking idea what physique is. Mm-hmm. Like, physique is seriously a bunch of faggots having a bukkake, stroking themselves. And I'm sorry if you're listening to this and you're in physique. I'm just kidding. I just don't understand the judging scale.
Yeah.
I just think, dude, go big or go home. Get your ass into classic physique or bodybuilding. Mm-hmm. The reason I say classic physique is because, like, C-Bum, I don't know his fucking career, whatever the fuck. He's classic physique, and he's like 250 pounds, 6'1".
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Classic physique is now what, like, bodybuilding used to be when Arnold was around, but more shredded.
Yeah.
Where bodybuilding is a different realm. You are literally like a psycho to be in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
The shit you're doing to your body is insane.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, go big, go classic physique or bodybuilding.
There was quite a few guys that were in bodybuilding and then were also in classical physique, which made sense.
Another thing, so we went to a all natural competition, and what I noticed was those guys don't even get peeled as like some fucking gym bros I know running shit.
Yeah.
And that's just gym bros I know running shit for funsies, fucking being more peeled on a day-to-day basis than these guys up on stage for prep. So I thought that was kind of crazy as well.
And also, like, props to them. Like, their prep time is so much longer and so much harder than, like...
Dude, natty guys got to put in way more fucking work.
Hell yeah, man.
It's just exhausting. I remember I listened to... Obviously, I used to listen to Dr. Tony Huge a lot.
Yeah.
But Dr. Tony Huge was like, you guys don't understand. He's like, I thought it was like... he's like, I thought it was noble to train 2.5 hours a day, eat super clean, be strict, do all this stuff to have this kind of physique. He's like, then after like 15 years of doing that, he got into gear. And he's like, now I do whatever I want, and I'm more shredded and bigger than I ever was before.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's the power.
It's kind of like the saying goes, though, like, right, you put in the time and the work, then kind of get to fuck off later on.
That's just it, too. That is a good point right there, because... And that's Hermosi too, right? I would say that's like Ed Milet as well.
They talked about it with Dana on the Caviar too.
You put in a lot of work, and this is me. I put in a lot of work early on. 5 days, anywhere 4 to 5 days a week training. I did that for 9 years straight.
Yeah.
Typical time was probably, if we averaged them all out, it was probably 1.5 hours a session, 4 to 5 times a week for 9 years.
Yeah.
And then in the last 5 years, no, probably 4 years now.
I'd go with probably 3.
3 years, last 3 years. So yeah, so for 11 years I did that. In the last 3 years, with just being a lot more involved with business and stuff, and like little minor injuries constantly, I've come to notice that I only need to train 3 days a week, and I can keep this. I can keep this physique I got with 3 days a week training, lifting, 3 days a week lifting, and I can keep it good just with a 80% clean diet.
Yeah.
And I choose to do that kind of diet anyways. What I've noticed with like 75 hard is I still only lift in 3-4 days a week, but I'm doing jiu-jitsu a couple days too. But I started doing that anyways. But I can eat a lot. It's all 100% clean right now. But I got to eat a lot. And my body composition actually is not much better than it was a year ago before I started doing jiu-jitsu, when all I did was lift 3 days a week and keep my diet pretty all right.
Yeah.
I'm more full.
Yeah.
My muscles are way more full.
Yep.
But as far as like my leanness, my physique, all that shit, not much has changed besides being full, being dense. Good.
I was just gonna go backwards a little bit. I realized we skipped something. Women's divisions were way different than the men's.
Yeah.
At this competition. So you have bikini, figure, physique, bodybuilding.
Yes.
And like Shaun and I had to look it up, and like it gave us a chart, and even with the chart, we were still just like, what the fuck does this mean?
Well, so we watched physique. And we were calling that.
Yep.
We were watching physique, and we were calling it, and we were like, okay, this chick should win, this chick should win, this chick should win. There was a couple that were like, ooh, we didn't see that coming, but for most of them, we were calling the winners.
We were calling the winners, and then sometimes, like, we'd get 2 and 3, sometimes not in the right order, and we'd get 4 and 5, sometimes not in the right order.
Yep. And then, so like physique, we were pretty comfortable calling. I wish we would have seen the women's bodybuilding.
I wish so too.
Yeah, that'd been pretty sick. We missed that class. But figure, I don't fucking get it, dude. I don't get figure.
Yeah, so the whole, like, in this chart thing, it talked about, like, more weight and less weight. So you're supposed to have more weight in bikini and less weight for bodybuilding. Or, like, fat, kind of.
Yeah, less body fat.
Yeah. And, what was it? Was it toned was bikini? And then...
Lean.
It
went from like toned to like lean or shredded or something.
Yeah. It was very weird, and we're just like, and the difference, one difference is figure and bodybuilding, you don't have to wear the shoes.
Yes. Yep.
But
no, not figure.
Physique
and bodybuilding, you don't wear shoes.
And then figure and bikini, you do.
Yep. Yeah. Here's my thing. I look at and so this is where I'm not in the realm, and this is why I didn't understand shit. For women's figure, because we didn't watch bikini, because we didn't even sit around for that. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for lean. I'm looking for how lean you are. I'm looking for who's got like the most muscle mass. So I'm looking for who's got the most muscle mass, but is still the most shredded. Yeah. And I look at legs massively. I look at glutes big time, because if you can get nice... lean glutes, or you can get, for dudes, if you can get striations in your glutes for dudes. And then I look for chest, like if you can get striations and shit in the chest for men and women, you're at a level of lean. Then obviously abs are like the number one thing, the first thing that you see. Yeah. But it all makes sense. Yeah. In physique and bodybuilding. In figure and it makes sense in classic physique. Yes. And bodybuilding for men, and physique and bodybuilding for women. Regular physique for men, and then figure for women. I don't fucking get it, dude. They're just like making up their own rules. They're like, oh, you don't look as, like, you're not as shredded. You look shittier. Yep. You got 5% more body fat. You're the winner. Yep. I'm like, dude, the fuck?
They also play in part like presentation. Oh. So like... how your hair, how your makeup, how your tan all looks, like your suit. So that's why, like, if you know, you didn't watch classic physique, so you wouldn't have known. In physique, like, all the men were, like, super smiley, and you only do, like, 4 poses. You just do poses for each side, and that's it. Right. And, like, classic physique and women, like, they have multiple poses that they like call out for
they're
you
not
to do.
Smiling, they're just like fucking raw. Some of them did smile.
Yeah. So yeah, it was it's such a weird freaking world. Such a weird world.
I like the chopper riders, the Harley riders. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, they were. Or the Golden Boys.
The Golden Boys.
There were a couple of men that had just gold tans. The one looked like a golden statue, to be honest.
He was one of the Harley riders.
Yeah, he was.
Boom, boom.
Well, that was like, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't like some of the poses that some of the winners did, and I was like, that makes them look like shit. Like, it doesn't accentuate their muscles at all.
No. It was really neat, dude.
Yeah.
It was really neat. I've just backseat watched bodybuilding for so many years that actually going to a competition. I've never watched physique is the thing. I've always watched classic physique or bodybuilding. So I see that shit. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at.
It was very impressive, though. There was a lot of, like, 40, 50, 60. There was the 80-year-old guy.
Yep.
All competing, which was really kind of cool. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Which, speaking of, so Dana.
Yeah.
Listen to Chips and Caviar.
Chips and Caviar.
They talked about how Dana's natural and how she's just put in so much time and work that she can literally just do anything now, and her body, like, knows what to do, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, she also still works out like a fucking animal, but she can eat anything, drink anything, has no issues.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, she's even more of like a well-oiled machine than like Hermosi, you know, or like myself, whatever. But even like, what Hermosi says is so accurate and like is pretty much what I like have lived by for many years. A very similar concept is like, it's like the if it fits your macros thing. And when you have already built a base, you have so much muscle composition and muscle mass that it burns calories. So every 5 pounds of lean muscle mass, you burn 100 calories a day at rest. And so if you just get your body weight and protein and fill the rest of your calories in with whatever the fuck, which ends up being usually pretty good, but it allotted me, I could have a donut a day. I could have a couple donuts. Didn't matter. It didn't affect me really.
I don't know if you can hear that.
You can definitely hear that shit. There you go.
Yep.
But yes, you could do like, I could eat this shit, and Hermosi talks about he eats ice cream like every day.
Yeah.
Dana on her thing has a glass of wine every night for dinner.
Yeah.
And like, and what it is, Jeebus.
I know they're really loud next door.
What the fuck is that? Their lawnmower?
I don't know. It sounds like Angie's yelling at them.
Yeah.
Our next door neighbor, she has 2 sons. One's 18, one's 21 now, I think.
Yeah.
And they both live at home still. The one just graduated.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart of a lady.
Yeah, she's great. She's just got to deal with a bunch of fucking dudes.
Yeah, dude. She's fucking, looks like she's just yelling at them. I don't know. It's fucking hilarious.
That's great. Love that. So anyways, it's kind of fun to see and see it in real person, see how it goes. And it was really fun watching Casey. I thought she definitely, like, I think if she would have been in the right category for her, I think her being in physique would have made more sense because she was peeled. She was
more shredded than a lot of the physique girls too.
Oh yeah, yep, that we watched, yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
All right, babe. That's lifting. That's the lifting world.
That is the lifting world.
What else you got?
Shaun sent me this post today, which was really cool. I don't know if you... I should actually pull it up anyways, so then I can read you some of the comments for this post, because it is hilarious. Do you want to be in charge?
I can pull it up. Or is it on Instagram, or what's it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it's on, I'm changing your timer quick.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's on Facebook. Yeah, sorry about the noise next door. So it's this picture, and it's a hourglass, and so it has water of pain. So the water is pain coming down, and it shows if you have discipline, then you can block the water from going into the bottom part of the hourglass, which has your heart and a flame.
Well, so what is this? 2 hourglasses. In 1 hourglass, the man is sitting on top of the hourglass.
But he's in it. He's just blocking the funnel part.
Yeah, the water's getting poured on him because it's painful to get water just pounded on you all day long. And
then, so the other hourglass has the water just pouring in. The heart's just broken. The flame is gone. And it's the old man next to it with regret. And the caption says, "We must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret."
Mm-hmm.
And so some of these comments is just so interesting. So like this person says, "I would change this to effort and pursuit/keep values. Life is not about avoiding pain, it's about pursuing values." But like it's not telling you to avoid pain, it's telling you how to like block it from affecting you pretty much.
Right.
This person, "I regret being so disciplined." Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, the pain of discipline shown here is about making the right choice, even though it may be hard, aka painful. Not all right choices are hard. Not making the right choice will end in regret. The regret is suffering. You'll probably forget most of the right decisions you've made, except for major ones, because it's incremental and small. You'll always remember the regretful decisions. Oh, where's the one? There was one. Some get to suffer from regret because of discipline. What, regret of not, like, being drunk or something?
No, it's the regret of not doing things because you're too disciplined. So the regret of not going out with friends and enjoying your life. Mm-mm. The regret of missing shit with your kids because you're too disciplined at work and shit like that. So through a lot of discipline, you get regret. And it's common. You see it with people. There's I've listened to so many, like, successful dudes talk about it. Mm-hmm. They're so disciplined and adamant on getting their work done that they miss out on their kids growing up.
Yeah.
Then these fucking grown men are like, yeah, I fucked up. And it's just part of the game. Mm. I don't know. That's interesting to see. There's definitely like a double-edged sword there, right? So like, you can still be. The discipline aspect is very important, I think, because discipline. To be disciplined, what people don't understand is like everything is discipline. Mm-hmm. Everything that you do or don't do is because of discipline. Right. So do you get up at your alarm? When your alarm goes off, do you get up or do you hit snooze? Discipline. Okay. Like, do you exercise? Discipline. Mm-hmm. Do you hang out with your kids? Discipline. Mm-hmm. Are you at work when you're supposed to be at work? Do you work full day? Do you stay extra if needed? Disciplines, right? Shit like that. Your discipline is like, what are you eating? Who are you hanging out with? If you should get shit done, mm-hmm. do you go to the bar instead? Like, yeah. Like the discipline, there's so many like levels of discipline that you keep building and building and building. And Ed Milet did a podcast on this last week, and then Andy did a podcast on it today.
Oh, cool.
His Q&A was on this today, on discipline. And how it goes, we talked about it last podcast. Yeah. The more shit you do, the more it builds and builds and builds, and it builds your tolerance. Mm-hmm. And so your discipline just gets stacked, boom, 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 until you're like this machine operating at such a high level that normal shit that debilitates people and like people get depressed and all that shit and anxious, whatever, doesn't affect these people because they built such a level of discipline. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, if you're not disciplined, you're not doing that shit, are you going to regret on your deathbed that you're a fat piece of shit?
Right. Yeah, I guess I do get it, but yeah, like you said, discipline can be in any, like, is in every facet of life. So if you're disciplined in every facet, then you won't regret anything. So, like, all those people you're talking about, like, they weren't disciplined in home life.
Right.
They weren't disciplined in, like, the work-life balance. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you just have to make sure you're disciplined in all aspects of life, not just one.
And you got to be living in the present. You got to be doing it for the journey. You got to be doing it for the reason you're doing it. Mm-hmm. Because, like, you look at people, we'll just use bodybuilding, for example, who bodybuild, and they eat super clean, and they do that. They have to enjoy the journey and the discipline and the pain and suffering to get what they're getting out of the sport, right?
Yeah.
Which is maybe enjoyment, acknowledgement, like progress, winning, achievement, whatever.
Yeah.
They have to, like, you have to be enjoying, you have to accept the process so that you don't have the regret. Because, like, it's the shit that you're not accepting right now that you're going to regret later. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you accept the process, there's nothing to be sad about down the line. That's this. When people are like, "Oh, I just want to do my normal work, make $50,000 a year, and I don't want anything like extravagant, right?" Okay, cool. Now, if you fucking look at a nice new pickup truck then, and you think, "Man, I wish I could have that," you lied. There's one guy I listened to. This is one of the best podcasts I ever listened to. Guy said when he was on his come up, he saw
He was on his what?
On his come up in business and life.
Got it. Okay.
He's on his come up in life, and he sees an Escalade, and he thinks to himself, "When I fucking reach it, a blacked out Escalade is what, like, I'm striving for. I'll be happy with the blacked out Escalade." So he gets to the blacked out Escalade. He reaches that point in life. He buys the blacked out Escalade. He's at a podcast. He's talking to a guy. I think it was on Ed Milet's show. And Ed Milet's like, "Hey, do you ever want like, when you see the cool cars, the Range Rovers, whatever, do you want them?" The guy's like, "No." He's like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "No, like, I appreciate the cars. I think cars are a beautiful thing. I like all manufacturers. I think they create really cool cars." He's like, "I'll talk to the guys about their cars, their whatever, and I like say how awesome it is." But he's like, I don't ever want them. I just want the Escalade. I got my car. I enjoy my car. I don't need those other cars." And so, like, that, if you can do that, if you can truthfully do that, then you truthfully are at where you want to be at, and you won't hold regret. But if you look out at the cars and you see a fucking Porsche 911, right? And you want that Porsche 911, but you can't afford it, regret. There's got to be there's some level of regret there. And when you go through your life, you're like, "Oh, I don't care. I'll just work at my job, whatever. It's got good retirement, whatever." Okay, cool, great. And you go to retire, but you don't have enough money because inflation went up too high, or whatever it is, you don't have enough money, and you have regret. Now you're regretting 40 years of your life. Where if you do if you can honestly level with yourself, if you can legitimately level with yourself and go, "Okay, am I actually cool making 50 G's a year, or do I want to make 100? Like, what will 100 do for, like, in your life, would 100 allow you to have your truck in your car where you look at your neighbor who has the fucking Porsche 911 and you go, "Oh, hey, Bob, that's sick, dude. I really like your car. We should go cruise around together sometime." And you're cool with your fucking BMW.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That is where you don't get the regret in life. But if you're putting in the effort now and you're getting after it now, and you look out at at the 911, Bob's 911, and you go, "I'm gonna fucking get me one of those," right? That's what I'm going for. And you bust your ass doing everything you can, working very hard, but you don't ever reach the 911. How can you regret that you busted your ass and did everything you could do to get to the 911, but you came up short? 911's not a good example there. A good example there would be like a fucking private jet. Because if you can't save up to get a 911, go walk off a bridge. Dude, that ain't a hard task.
What is it? Are they like 40 grand?
Yeah, 40 G's.
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on. So, sorry, let's not use a 911. Say your goal is to buy the $1 million mansion at the end of the road. You go to buy the $1 million mansion at the end of the road, and you bust your ass for the next 20 years to try and get to it, and you come up short, but you left it all on the field. You gave it your all, and you were disciplined in what you did. But you were disciplined in what you did to the fact that you weren't sacrificing your family life. Because then you have to look at it in two ways. Okay, I set out my like structure for what I was going to do. I set out my game plan. I execute on my game plan every day. I fell short. You can't be mad.
Right. But also, what happened? Like, right, so let's say you tried to get that $1 million mansion. You can't make it. Okay, so then you go for the $800,000 house.
Right.
It's like shooting for the stars, and you shoot for the stars and you land on the moon.
Yeah.
Like,
shucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, oh darn, I busted my ass and now I only have this $800,000 house instead of the $1 million house I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh darn.
I've listened to a few guys talk about that too, where they're like, yeah, I really wanted this. I didn't end up getting there. Or the one guy was like, he wanted to have like $1 billion company. He's like, I didn't quite make it. I sold for 700 mil. Shucks.
Right.
Oh boy.
I'm the worst.
Yeah. So it's like, it's shit like that like, if you can make a plan and like go after it and give it your all, you won't be mad. That's like my power list right now. Like what I've been doing with the power list. So far I'm like 20 consecutive days without losing.
Yeah.
A day.
Did you win today?
After this podcast, I'll have one a day.
That is why you were just like, no, we're podcasting.
That's why we're fucking podcasting today.
My God. Shaun's power list dictates my life. Literally. Do you want to say what was on it yesterday?
So yesterday, we were writing out the list, and I had 4 tasks. I had 4 tasks down on the power list, and I'm like, there's no 4th thing I need to conquer for today, right?
5th.
Sorry. There's no 5th thing I need to conquer for today. Like, there's not another 5th priority. And I was like, mates with Sam's a priority. Bam.
You conquered.
I won the day. Let's just say I won the day. And so anyways, and now we're podcasting today. That right there is love, babes.
I love how, you stopped doing things that were reliant on other people besides me.
Absolutely, because I can count on you.
It's true.
Here's the thing with the power list. Could I have done more today? Absolutely, I could have. We had a couple last things to do on a unit turnover. Absolutely, I could have went and worked until 6:30. But it wasn't on my list. It'll be on my list for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it'll be an hour out of my day. But and there were some other little office tasks I had. That I absolutely could have gotten done today, but it wasn't on my list. I'll put it on my list Thursday.
Yeah.
But I just did the shit I did, and so that I would. So it's all in the field, but I do it that way, and I do those things so that I can still come home and hang out with Sam and Mimi.
Yeah. And
still enjoy our fucking life a little bit.
Yeah. And a lot of those things are low priority, anyways. If they're not on your power list, they're low priority.
Low priority for today. Some of them creep up to be high priority.
1% better is better than 0.
Right. But yeah, I mean, dude, just running the power list and doing that because I've been doing that for 9 months now or so.
Yeah.
I just can't be mad.
Yeah.
I can't sure I could have done better today, but
you accomplished what you set out to accomplish today.
I did it. I did my priorities.
That's so cool.
So anyway, I think more people gotta think about that. Think about not having the regret and that shit.
What else you got for me?
DHS, baby.
Oh my God.
Go.
So I know we've talked about this on this podcast at some point. It was probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
DHS, Department of Human Services.
Department of Health Services.
In 2020, they had a investigation opened on them because there was dude. She's so happy.
Dead
to the world. There's investigation on them because there was a $1.1 million error, which then turned out to be it made him $3 million over budget. So finally, they finished the investigation in December of 2022, and they just released
the
findings and whatnot. And in this news article that I was reading, it talks about how the errors were made from, one, they don't track the receipts. Two, they turned off the safety feature, or there's a feature that they have in their budgets.
In their accounting software.
Yeah, that warns them when they're getting close to going over budget. They turned it off. Which, that goes to fucking show you, they did not care if they were going to go over budget or not.
And that they knew they were going to.
100%. And so they found out that they weren't keeping the receipts, and then they were upgrading a lot of their stuff. So if they ever had any trainings or anything, they would upgrade their flights, they would upgrade their hotels, they would buy a whole bunch of food, a lot of expensive things. And
their vehicles and stuff were nicer vehicles. They'd rent nicer vehicles and shit.
Yeah. And they some of the money was for the
family crisis.
Yeah, the family crisis fund.
So what they did was they took funds from the family crisis fund to purchase things for employees, to purchase things for other staff, and then some clients.
Some clients, yeah,
they bought extravagant things for clients. It said over the top things, and then they also with the family crisis fund is a lot of the money they used from that was for upgrading rooms and flights and stuff for travel.
So at the end of this investigation, what were the results, Sean?
They decided there would be no criminal charges. So there's 3.3 million, something like that.
I think it was just 3 million.
3 million of taxpayer dollars.
Just gone.
In 1 year.
Yeah. That was just in 2019.
So 3 million of taxpayers' dollars in a year. There'll be no criminal charges, and there's already been safeguards put back into place and stuff, so it won't happen again. And then the last thing was they don't. What was the last part of it? I'm drawing a blank, babe.
They don't what?
The last part. So no criminal charges. I don't remember. Safeguards have been put into place, and they feel the
repercussions were already enforced.
Yeah, yeah. There's already been repercussions for it through maybe people getting fired out.
Yeah, it didn't say what it did. So it didn't say in this article at all if any of those people still work for them.
Yeah.
So if any of them got fired or what kind of disciplinary action there was.
Right, but they said there's already been people have already paid the price. Essentially, is what it says. But
yeah.
It's what was the price?
Right.
Tell us the price of what they paid. Because I think if you steal $3 million from taxpayers' money in 1 year, I think you should get some prison time because that's stealing a lot of fucking money. That's theft.
And especially for what it was for.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't it was going to anything good.
No.
It wasn't there was a lot more people that needed group homes or assistance this year. No, it went for them to upgrade their flights, hotels, and cars for any training they went to.
Their fancy food. Buying themselves gifts.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I think when you look at that shit, I think some prison time at a minimum for everybody involved would be good for theft. And then I think coming to I think you take the 3 million and you split it up between all people involved, and they have to pay it back in garnish wages, just like you would have to with child services.
Yeah.
Child support. Yeah, with child support. Because I think it's a good learning lesson for people to know, if you squander the everyday man's money and you're not using it to help the people, you're going to pay.
Yeah.
And so the thing that the thing that like chaps my ass the most about it, and I saw this in group homes and I talked about it all the fucking time. I could not stand that field. It's so corrupt. It's disgusting. Is people are in social services, case managers, care workers. They do it for the people, right? To help the people. Dude, those people, they fucking squander the funds massively. Mm-hmm. They don't look out for what's best for their clients.
No.
Half the time over half the time they don't answer the calls. They don't do their job.
No.
We noticed that just with your dad.
Oh.
Case man, they don't do their job. They just steal money.
Yeah.
Because if you aren't doing the job, you're stealing. Mm-hmm. So if you're getting paid for a job you're not doing, that is theft. And so it's just sickening in that field where you're supposed to be helping people in need. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time it's disabled people. So you're supposed to be helping disabled people in need. And you're stealing from them. You're stealing from the everyday person. You're stealing from them, from people in need. That is the lowest level of person out there. That shit is disgusting to me. Mm-hmm. And it's fucking rampant. Oh, God. Rampant in state services. Rampant in DHS. Rampant with all these care organizations. Disgusting.
Mm-hmm. That's what, because does DHS pay, like, Inclusa? Is it their budget that goes? No. Okay.
No, DHS oversees the operations. What pays is health insurance, or some sort of health insurance pays it.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't. It was. Oh yeah, because DHS is the one that you have to send all the reports and shit
right.
to. Yeah. It just goes to show that, right, like, criminals can get away with anything. So, because who's not to say that, right, the next company they go to, they could do the exact same thing.
100%.
Because they've had no consequences, except for what, maybe getting fired.
Right. And I mean, dude, if they went to prison and that was on there, if theft, because that would be, what you could almost hit them with is neglect. Neglect towards...
like company funds.
Well, neglect towards, but I mean, depending on like the level, it could be like you're taking it from the crisis, the family crisis plan.
Oh, yeah.
You could almost get it like neglect against, like, because there's like the neglect towards disabled people.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, you could almost hit them with something similar to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I don't know, like, law in that realm, but it just goes to show with, like, everything we're dealing with in the world right now. You know, the government has squandered fucking, at this point, has squandered trillions of taxpayers' dollars for dumb shit that no one approved.
Well, like, what, hundreds of billions to go to Ukraine, which are going into companies that politicians own?
167 billion now.
Yeah.
67 billion? It's around it's either, I don't remember if it's a one in front of it or not. It's over $60 billion that we've sent to aid to Ukraine alone.
Yes, and they go to companies that these politicians have buy-in with. Yeah. And so the money just gets filtered straight into them. So it's literally them stealing taxpayer money to give themselves more money. Right. And here's how you fucking know this is happening. We've talked about this. President's salary is $400,000 a year. Yep. 450, whatever it is. 400. How in the literal fuck do you go from being president for 4 to 8 years and then, like, having millions and millions and millions net worth?
Yeah, same thing with insider trading.
Yeah.
There's no repercussions for insider trading for Democrats anymore. And I'm sure for most rhinos, Republican in name only. And how that works is, like, if you look at Nancy Pelosi, her salary is around $150,000 a year, but she's worth 9 figures. Yeah. And so, like, you can't just be making, like, I can promise you, I will make this as a promise. You cannot make $165,000 a year and be worth 9 figures. You can't do it.
Especially, okay, so Nancy Pelosi's net worth is $114 million.
9 figures.
And that was in 2018.
In 2018, she was at 114 mil. That was before the insider trading shit that she was caught for that they just waived.
And then her husband's net worth is 130.
So together they are worth 245 mil. Okay, I'm sorry. You can't do it on 165.
No.
I don't know what the fuck would have to occur to like you would have had to invest in Apple at ground zero to get with all of the money you've made to get that kind of return. But yeah, so you tell me corruption isn't true. How many people make 6 figures a year now? Are you gonna be worth 9 figures? Dude, I fucking doubt it.
This goes to show, like, politicians, like good. I would call this like a better politician. Bernie Sanders. Want to guess his net worth? $3 million.
I'm sure that's not true, but I'm sure it's probably more like 30 mil. But I see what you're saying.
He's like one of the least democratic Democrats, though.
He's socialism, not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
I've always liked him.
Bernie?
Yeah.
He's all right. He's got some good stuff, but he thinks capitalism's bad, and then he goes to try and sell a T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, dickhead, that's capitalism. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. He does do shit like that, but...
It's a hypocrite, because his system doesn't work.
Yeah.
Capitalism is this. You and I have a business. That's capitalism. Socialism is this. We work for the government doing construction.
Right.
Fuck that.
He has, though, like, unlike, who's our president? Joe Biden, who's done nothing with his entire political career. Bernie Sanders has actually, like, fought for things and, like, actually done shit.
Absolutely has.
So that's cool. I would always commend him for that.
Biden passed the Crime Act.
But, oh my God.
Which got more individuals of color in jail for longer and made felonies for, like, minor drug charges.
Huh.
So.
While still serving as vice president, Joe Biden's net worth was $2.5 million.
Okay.
But in the years between holding political office, his net worth shot up to $8 million.
His net worth is way more than $8 million.
Yeah, but even so, how does your net worth jump up that much?
That's not. I mean, that's not crazy. I mean, if you invested properly, you can definitely do that in 8 years. That's easy.
4.
What?
While serving as vice president, his net worth was 2.5, but in the years between holding political office, it shot up to 8. It says now it's 9, around 9.
No, it's way more than that. There's no fucking way.
Oh yeah, no.
That would be. That's pretty easy. I mean, if you got 2.4 million net worth, yeah, in 4 years, 8. That's pretty reasonable. With his connections, pretty easy. But there's no way that's what his actual net worth is because it shows with the files that came out from like Twitter and FBI files and shit like that, it shows that the family was getting paid millions of dollars from Ukraine and China.
Dude, yeah. Oh, this says he earned $17.3 million while out of office.
Yeah.
In the 4 years he was out of office, $17.3 million.
Yeah.
For doing what?
Foreign trade deals. All right, guys.
Okay, sorry. We should stop talking about this.
All right. So, recap the talk. Be more disciplined. That's the most important part.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Be more disciplined. Don't steal. Be a good person.
Yep. Do you want to do some Harry Potter today or no?
Do you want to?
Okay. Shaun wants to. He obviously wants to. If you haven't, check out the YouTube vids. You can see Mimi sleeping in the middle of the floor every episode. And yeah, that's what I got.
May 30th.
Okay.
Dana's birthday.
Yes.
Harry went to tip an armful of withered stalks onto the compost heap and found himself face to face with Ernie Macmillan. Ernie took a deep breath and said very formally, "I just want to say, Harry, that I'm sorry I ever suspected you. I know you'd never attack Hermione Granger, and I apologize for all the stuff I said."
Hermione? I know you would have never attacked Hermione. It's gotta be. Oh man. Oh. It's either Order of the Phoenix or Half-Blood Prince. When did everyone suspect? Did everyone start believing him in Half-Blood Prince? I'm gonna go with Half-Blood Prince.
All right. What chapter?
30.
All right. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Chapter 15.
Oh, fuck.
Aragog.
Fuck, dude. I completely forgot about her being petrified. Fuck. I suck. I suck a lot. Man. Damn.
Yeah, babe. Good work. Because she was petrified because she saw the snake in her mirror.
Yeah, and they suspected Harry being the snake because he could speak parcel tongue.
Ah.
Do. Okay. Well, May 2nd. Well, we do look to our prefects to take a lead at times such as these, said George in a good imitation of Percy's most pompous manner. Now let's go upstairs and fight, or all the good Death Eaters will be taken. Out loud, Sean. Thoughts out loud.
Thoughts out loud. Death Eaters.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta be at a minimum 3.
Mm-hmm.
At a minimum, prisoners at Azkaban.
Mm-hmm.
Death Eaters. Because the Death Eaters were out for... No, it's number 6.
Okay, what chapter?
So it'd be the Half-Blood Prince.
Okay.
Chapter 20.
When do the Death Eaters come to Hogwarts Castle?
It's the Deathly Hallows,
yep.
The 7th season. God damn it. Wait. But they weren't in school then.
No, but they were fighting.
Oh.
Remember? Because all the Weasleys were there, because Fred dies.
Right.
Fred? George? Fred.
One of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Damn. And what chapter is that? Like
30.
30.
The sacking of Severus Snape.
Fuck.
We just did a different one of that chapter.
God damn it.
Man.
You know what this means?
One more.
We got to read them more.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead.
There was usually a large amount of earth on her clothes, and her fingernails would have made Aunt Petunia faint. Thoughts out loud, Sean.
Holy fuck. That's all it is?
Yeah.
Jesus, and I got to guess the buck.
There was usually a large amount of earth on her clothes, and her fingernails would have made Aunt Petunia faint.
Ba 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 da ba da ba ba. Who are they talking about?
Oh, I know.
Do you know?
Mm-hmm. I knew before, like, without knowing.
Wow. Babe, honestly, I don't know.
The chapter name might help you.
Okay.
Gildery Lockhart.
Dude, you're talking about the blonde-haired little girl.
The blonde-haired little girl?
Right? Gregory Lockhart. Oh, wait, hold on. Gregory Lockhart. So, is it
Gregory
Mrs.
Gildery?
Gildery Lockhart. Okay. Hold on. Is it
Gregory.
Is it Mrs. Weasley?
That they're talking about?
That they're talking about?
Yes, it is
so
Mrs.
this
Weasley.
Is the... Was he in the second book? Yes. So, Chamber of Secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 2.
6.
Damn.
You have to think it's a little bit further on because they have to break Harry out of his house.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's the whole the whole thing, the scene.
Yeah.
With the cake.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought they were talking about Mrs. Weasley, but I was like, man.
Yeah, I love Mrs. Weasley. Dude, I want to be a mother like Mrs. Weasley. This is just a book of spells and charms.
All right, babe, that's fucking enough. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope this was cool to you. If
we
you
went
liked
all
it,
over the place.
Fucking let people know it's cool, and hopefully more people will watch. That's about all we can ask for. Check out the YouTubes if you want to check out a cute sleeping Hamo.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, catch you guys Friday. Catch you guys.
This is Friday's episode.
Catch you guys Monday.
Do we know what we're talking about? Tutoring about?
No, do you?
I had an idea and then I completely forgot about it. So
sounds good. We'll see you Monday for TBD.
For a tutor episode.
Okay, bye.
See ya.